Hey, this is the first show, y'all.
Okay.
I'm learning this shit, all right?
All right, but you
All right,
already, but you
anyway.
know how I am when it come to music. So I always, so you know how I am. You know how I am.
Yes. And I love that you said that. So poetry is often said that like it's the mother of rap and hip hop or whatever. And
I've heard that.
Being that I know you have a piece where you shout out and you quote a lot of rappers and rap groups. What do you think about the relationship between hip hop, or really particularly rap, and the spoken word genre? What do you think about that? Is it? Because, you know, a lot of times I'll be doing my poems like out on the streets and I'm not even rhyming. And someone will be like, "Are you a rapper?"
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even rhyming. I'm just doing it. Or
Especially people that ain't from our culture too. Sometimes they get a little twisted and they get it mixed up. I mean, there are differences. I mean, there's similarities, but there's also a lot of differences when it comes to rap and poetry. I'm one of those people that when I was younger wanted to be a battle rapper. I wanted to be Remy Ma. I wanted to be Lil Kim. I wanted to be all of those people. But for me, when it comes to rap and poetry, it's the message. That's what I look for. So anyone can be a rapper, in my opinion, but not everyone can be a poet. And that's just my honest opinion. I know you might think different. I know you might think different, but
repeat that. Repeat that one more time. Repeat
anybody can be a rapper. Anybody can throw some words together, make them rhyme, but not everyone can be a poet. Not everyone can share their experiences and be vulnerable and give themselves to the world and actually be teaching somebody something. So that's the difference when you talk about these new age rappers, and then you talk about Nas, and you talk about Tupac, and you talk about some of the greats.
Black Thought.
Exact. Oh yeah, we gotta shout out Black Thought.
I'm not even from Philly, and I fuck
we
with
gotta shout out Black Thought.
So, that's very important. It's very important. I have my own theory, and you know it's first episode. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm probably gonna bring it back real quick. I got a theory about poets and rappers.
Okay,
and it
let me
kind
hear
of
it.
puts things in context. All right, it's gone. I don't care. So poetry, right? You have poetry existed before hip hop, right? So poetry. The reason why I have a friend out of Baltimore who has a you know Artie.
Yeah.
Rap is poetry.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So rap is poetry. Shout out Artie. He's out in Baltimore.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah,
Rap is
interview him.
we interviewed him. Rap is poetry, and so and I believe that rap is poetry, but poetry is not rap. No one says your bars or your poem is very rapetic or whatever. You know, poetry and poetry is used to describe things now. So if a rapper is very dope and very particular and descriptive, they say he's poetic, right? And so in order to be a rapper, there's two things you have to do. You have to rhyme. Eventually, at some point.
Yeah, it has to be some type of cadence.
Stretch the bar out as long as you want to. See what happens. You got to rhyme at some point, and you gotta stick to a cadence.
Yep.
Now, poetry can do that. There's poems that have cadences, meter, stuff like that, and then obviously you can rhyme. So poets, I say, are like poetry is like rectangle. It's a rectangle. You know what I'm saying?
I can see
it
that.
It can be hip hop, but it's not hip hop, right?
And a lot of people don't know that unless they're a poet.
Are what? What are rappers? If poets are rectangles, then what are rappers? Look in the camera and say it.
Square.
Rappers are squares.
Square.
Rappers are a bunch of squares. Yeah, I said it. No, but all
we about to be beefing with all the rappers out here, y'all.
All that means is that a square is equal size, right? It's all equal, so it has to be consistent. That's like the cadence or the tempo.
Yeah, you can't get out of it.
It has to be equal. Poets, we can slow it up. You know, slow it down, speed it up, you know, whatever. We ain't got to rhyme. We can just
and we
randomly
can do that
stop
in the same
scream.
poem.
We can stop and scream in the middle of our poem. So stuff like that.